We are live. And welcome to Troubles of Future Past. We're going to do a quick microphone check here, make sure everything's working out. Alrighty. Bill, give me a mic check, will you?
Microphone check in 321 2255.
We are sounding really good, guys. That is perfect. So, it's Shadows Dawn, First Age Campaign, Troubles of Future Past, Session 2. When we last left off, you guys had actually, we're going to do a little bit this in game so that you guys can explain it to Xanthos. But you guys had come to Glissondel at the request of Caroline Azure Lake. And when you got there, you met one of her young friends who's a new adventurer, had stumbled across something that brought up some memories of the past, particularly for Bevier. And you guys were then approached by two different people with offers in order to seek out an instrument that they are both looking for, and they both think they have the key. Trouble and quandaries ensued, and we will pick up there at the Wooden Tankard Tavern when, as you guys have recongregated in order to talk about what is going on, when in walks Xanthos Stonespire, one of the members of the Feldhammer Five.
I'll be damned.
I know, right? So, as a little background, we're going to throw in Xanthos' background here for us, what he's been doing the last couple of years. So, Xanthos, last several years since the end of the whole aspect thing, found Xanthos in a bit of a wonder as what to do next. He had found fame, but unfortunately, it had become known as a bit of a glory hound, a little bit of a braggart, which made some work difficult to find, because Xanthos was always boasting about his wonderful deeds. Not that they weren't justified, but as the adventuring jobs just dried up due to the lack of monsters to kill and things to fight, Xanthos turned back towards Avangard, being a paladin from Avangard. He was summoned by the High Priestess, Gabrielle Solarum herself. She had a task for him, and not only her, but Lady Raven Avangard herself. Xanthos was then charged to spend the next couple of years on a secret assignment. One which could end up sending shockwaves through the valley if not handled correctly. Being a paladin of the Red Knight and a renowned adventurer of the Fellhammer Five, Xanthos had information about the Avangard family that many others did not. So, what's one more little secret? For the next 3 years, you lived in Castle Avangard proper, working alongside Lady Raven Avangard, High Priestess Gabrielle Solarum, and Master Timothy Margone, who shared in your duties. After 3 years, you have been relieved, seeing how your task is complete, and the secret you have sworn to keep the secret you have sworn to keep close. You are now being let go. But not entirely just yet. It comes as a bit of a surprise that your release coincides with a letter of Caroline Azure Lake, the Blue Dragon, as she's been called, a powerful sorceress from the Dragon Slayers of Bellspar. She's been retired, but it's a request for you to help Bevier Argonis with something she sees as strange and mysterious, and only something you two might understand. She bids you to travel to Glissondel to meet with her or Bevier himself. This is a bit alarming, since she doesn't tend to be one to ask for help. Whatever it must be very important. With the blessings of the High Priestess, you make your way to Glissondel to see your old friend. And with that, let's go to the Glissondel map for everyone. And let us go to the Wooden Tankard. And summoning everybody to the board as the pretty hefty map, so give it some time. All right. Xanthos, when you get there, you should find yourself just outside the wooden tankard.
Right. Try to make my
As
way in.
I live and breathe.
Bran, I don't see you. Let's see. Let's try dropping Bran in here.
He's in the outhouse.
There we go.
I had burritos for dinner.
You had Bran Ritos.
I'm right there.
They were full of bran.
Can you move your character? Buddy? Just making sure.
Let's
You
see.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Just making sure you had permission.
It's
All right.
me.
So Xanthos walks in. I'll let you guys.
I heard this one.
Xanthos walks into a bar. He forgot the duck.
See, Vivier, you old dog.
I'll be a son of a
Treated
bitch.
you well.
Well, a little older, a little grayer. Ghosts will do that to you.
See. Well,
Pull
no
up a
rust in
chair.
your armor.
Pull up a chair, have a drink. We
Ah.
could use a man like you.
Thank you, thank you.
Go ahead and hide
Now,
Caroline.
as a side note to the DM, I'm assuming I was sent here because you went from the sort of the background to me being here.
Yes, you were. Well, you got the letter from Caroline Azurlake, and you were told to meet with her or Bevier Argonis. In timeline, you've just arrived, like a day later, is all.
Gotcha. I was delayed.
So they will catch you up on what is going
Okay. Ah,
Are the
well,
children
I got a letter from a mutual friend, and he mentions somewhat more subtly the Blue Dragon. Yes.
There you go. I dropped Eldor. You're in the location now. Eldor.
Yes.
On your picture.
Microphone.
Well, I'm not quite sure what it is, but it must be important.
Do you remember the gem that went missing from the Glissondale Library? Make sure I'm on the right track here, DM. Some years ago.
Well, I remember something about break-in, and someone tried to steal something, but they were not successful. I lost track after that.
Yep. Good.
And we've got two competing parties. Hopefully, Tella can fill you in a little bit here on the individuals that both say basically they want us to head back out into the mountains, possibly to Gwalesh again, in that direction, that they believe that this holds some type of secret to new animations and new constructs, and I'm a little leery of it.
Oh, I would think that place would have been cleaned out by now, but
It was a long way out there, so but yeah, I agree.
It is secluded, and and few people know where it is, so I can understand that. And these other people?
So
Tella Trimble.
You've met the Saren defenders once before.
Ah, yes.
Around the table are most of them: Tella Trimblewind, Treant Trimblewind, Bran Silverhill, and Eldor Nightglow.
And he gives a slight bow
Well
to them all.
met, Sir
Well
Xanthos.
met. And who is the leader of your party?
That's me.
Ah, yes.
We have no leader. We make decisions as a group.
As a group. I see. As a
yes.
collective. I see. Because I've heard that always goes very well. Do you
No,
meet every
no,
other
we-
Wednesday?
We've
for
yet to
town
fight
meetings
together,
and
so we'll see how it goes.
once a month on purely policy statements.
Well, before we fight together, we must drink together. Do
Ah.
you drink beer?
Of course. Who doesn't drink beer?
And you're a friend of Bevier's. Any friend of Bevier's who drinks beer is a friend of mine.
Ah.
Have a round. I'll buy him a round.
Alrighty.
You're not a noble, are you?
No, but I know many nobles on a first name basis.
Only a noble in bearing.
Oh,
Yeah,
Eldor.
that's
No, I know, Eldor.
And let me tell you, the man can ride a dragon like nobody else.
As long as you
Yeah.
got 2 hooks.
A dragon rider amongst us.
It's on his
Well,
official patents of nobility.
Hmm.
Or it would be if he was a noble.
It was an exceptional fight. I will admit that. We were victorious, of course, but it was a little dicey there for a while.
Yeah, wish spells notwithstanding.
This is true. Probably the only castings of Wish ever heard of in the entire valley.
Yes.
And the only reason we're standing here today.
Very true.
So as we drink beer, just to move on, I'm assuming you tell the story, and I was here, I was listening last time, so I remember most of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll fill you in.
You have
The human
you have-
and half elf behind us is that still Pharaoh and Dunons?
no. Let me delete them.
No, because I wasn't sure if they actually became friends, because that would be hilarious.
If you fill me in at the end of the story, Xanthos will say, well, it appears that the next decision for the group is decide which of these 2 offers to accept.
Yes, we consulted the spirits and
Spirits.
Yeah, it's in his nug.
what's your title? Not Duke.
There's lots of spirits
Marquis?
in the mugs.
The Marquis Treant also reached out to a higher power to glean some kind of information from the people that we are supposed to be working with. And it seems we are screwed either way. So I guess we picked the lesser of 2 evils at this point.
To say neither of them are completely evil. So I lean towards Sir Ursus because of the temple.
Treant. Spirits. Wait, Treant, aren't you as I recall, a magic user? You're not a cleric.
Oh, I'm innately blessed with clerical magic.
He thinks that because he's noble.
I see.
And because I cure more than he.
Much
Yes.
like much
It's
like
Marquis
much like Durnavir,
is our
Treant
hero.
is also a divine.
Bran is the one that smashes things.
I
It's his
see.
humility is the most impressive thing about him.
I only smash beer.
Oh,
You're doing it
Well,
wrong.
So then you have already decided?
Oh no, that's just my vote. I would like to go to Sir Ursus. We had roughly debated for a bit, but then we got lost in our cups for a few minutes.
Lynx or Ursus?
I knew right where I was the whole time.
So you
let's-
have-
now the artifact in question does grant the wielder great
The-
power.
Infernal Machine of Loom the Mad.
Well, as I understand, even though Sir Ursus did not specifically, well, I think they both mentioned that they would try to help cure the Yellow Death. And so, as far as that goes, which is I think the main concern, we could go, we could select either one, correct? Or did I get that wrong?
Well,
yeah.
Bevier, you seem to be more leaning towards the lady. Critlatch, right?
Yes, she was taking us toward the temple, if I recall.
Wait a minute. It wasn't just because she's pretty, is it?
No, not this time. I haven't had that much to drink. But
With
No.
all due respect, she's
As I
taking
recall the
us to the
story, she
tomb.
was quite charming.
Yes, one to the tomb and the other to.
Well,
Sure.
yeah, the tomb across the sea, right?
Yes, and Sir Ursus is requesting that we go to Temple Moloch.
Now,
Which is-
across the sea sounds more interesting, adventurous, more daring. So that would be a better way to weave a tale or two. So that's where I would like to lean my vote. I'm not quite sure about the lady. There's something about her that does not strike me right.
I don't know. I like to keep my feet on dry land.
Well, we won't actually have to cross the sea. From what I understand, she knows the coordinates to a teleportation circle of sorts, or a device that could teleport us in a way.
Remember, it was the mechanical servants that she claimed could take you there.
Ah, of course, yes.
Oh, that's right.
The
I was about to ask, can she get us back?
But the mechanical servants, apparently, with the gems that Dusk had given you, with those gems, the mechanical servant could displace time to perhaps...
How many gems?
There's 2.
There's 2? Okay. And what do they look like? What kind of stone is it? Does it matter?
One was red, but you're not exactly sure it's a ruby, while the other is blue and not exactly sure it's a sapphire. They both radiate. They both, show signs of magic. That's for sure. And Dusk was very clear on that they were the cause of, within the device from which they were plucked from, they were causing those temporal distortions.
So my understanding is those 2 dice are necessary, one to get us there and one to get us back?
No. Those working in tandem, they're gems. Those working in like stones.
Stones. Sorry. Okay.
Implanted into the construct that both apparently Lynx and Ursus have created. They will be able to manipulate time and space in a small localized area. And according to them, they believe that this will also work as a translocation device.
I'm going to reach into my pocket, and I'm going to actually pull out the gems, but I'm doing it as a performance of creation and creating decoys of the gem.
Decoys?
And pulling them out. Yeah, with my performance of creation.
Okay, so each gem, by its uniqueness, its value is going to be in the tens of thousands.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to make a decoy that looks like them. It's not quite the same.
Right. It won't have exactly the same luster.
Yeah, that's fine. It's just to give everyone an idea and put it in front. I just don't want to pull the actual gems out.
Not a problem.
Okay. Well, once again, remembering the stories you've just relayed, there is one thing that does concern me about the 2, is that Sir Ursus mentioned that he wanted to start, or at least Lynx thinks he wants to start a war with the 9 Hells. I believe I can't remember if he said that himself or not. That seems a bit overly ambitious.
Yeah, I think Bevier, I haven't really voiced my opinion yet, but I'm leaning that way with Bevier as well. That seems that Sir Ursus, given his title, maybe, he was a former, I think I wrote down he's a former, military? Or did I make that up?
He's a knight of local renown.
Right.
But he spent his life fighting
Very
fiends.
brave man, great reputation.
It would make sense that he would use it for a more aggressive end, and that's a little scary to me.
Well, I admire the bravery, but yeah, taking the
But
war
Lynx
to
was
the
a
9
former
Hells.
spy.
Yeah.
Taking on the 9 Hells and starting a war with them, yeah, I have concerns. One might
Lynx
say.
was a, what'd you say?
Was a spy. Can we trust a spy? Someone whose entire...
oh, no, I don't think we can trust either one of them.
Courtesan, was that not the term?
Yeah, she was the...
She is a courtesan. Yes, that is true. The Kretlatch family is a courtesan family to the Devastil family. But she did work as a spy during between 1025 and 1028. Yeah, she was in Snowshore Harbor. So she's from Glissondale, working as a spy in Snowshore Harbor. So 1025 was also when the Saren Defenders were also in Snowshore Harbor as well. And I believe actually so were at one point, so was Spellhammer 5.
We were, but that was some time ago.
So I I'm given to not trusting her as much, given Snow Shores Harbor's history with double dealings and not being able to keep contracts and deals.
So you clearly can't choose the wine in front of her. Sorry.
Well, let's see. Obviously, you have a
Did you tell us
wise
Victor, about
cleric.
your commute?
Obviously, I'm sure you did, and you saw into their very souls with your insight and determined if either one of them is lying.
Both of them were pretty truthful, and I apologize, cousin. What did you say?
I was just wondering. No, this is out of character. I was wondering if you told us exactly what your commute spell told you.
That they are not evil, and I honestly forgot to take a note on my questions. So,
Yeah,
you did.
I could be mistaken because I it could be wrong because I put down here that what's his face
Ursus.
Ursus is evil, but I may have misheard last.
Ursus is
last
evil?
time. Okay. When you asked that question and you were like, "Is he evil?" and I thought the answer came back as yes, but I could be wrong.
I remember that he wasn't.
Okay. Well,
Wisdom check to remember.
I don't know. Do you have keen mind? There's a
We
feat
have
for
an
that.
entire stream.
There's a feat for that.
There's a feat for that.
There's a
Oh, okay.
It's become a meme now. There's a feat for that.
It's so funny.
So-
It's like it's a great feat. A lot of people didn't use it, although it's changing in the next incarnation. But
As always. So, if you wish, I can
It's almost a burn on the DM for that.
commune again today.
Well, I've expressed my reservation about Sir Ursus, but I won't be insistent. If the group wants to throw in with him, so be it.
It sounds like there's 3 for Lady Lynx. And is it 2 for Sir Ursus?
As
Yes.
of now.
and the table turns towards Eldor.
Although I don't trust her.
Eldor, you're the break vote.
Which one is
Eldor,
this?
so you
what-
are
We
the
flip
leader
a
of the
coin.
group.
No. We don't trust Chance at all.
That's why he's not in the party anymore.
What is your title again, Eldor?
I don't deal with
Wanderer?
titles. Titles imply nobility.
Guy.
He's the captain of smiles.
He's-
He's responsible for the happiness and
Eldor works with the hunters.
liveliness of the party.
He works with the Hunters Guild. I think he's Guy.
Yes.
A
Guide.
guide.
Which one was the one that was the spy?
Lynx.
The courtesan
lady.
links.
Links.
Okay. I go for the other one.
So now it's a tie.
The human knight.
So now it's a legit tie. 3-3.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Oh, I wouldn't.
3 questions would you like me to ask for commune?
Well, no, hold on. So I'm for Lady. That was 3 for Lady, and that was a. Oh wait, no, you went for the other one. You said. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I can't math in my head. Apparently.
You're a
We
cleric,
flip a
not a
coin.
wizard.
Well, to move things along,
Yeah, intelligence score not so high.
I will jump on with everyone else, and we can head over to the temple instead.
Are you sure?
I'm sure, although I don't know. I'm still not convinced by either party on who should wield this artifact.
Devil's advocate here. Is there anything that would convince anybody to go one way or the other? Like, is there anything that would convince us all that one is more trustworthy or it's the right decision? Like, is there something we could do now? Triance has offered another commune. Is there anything else that would put anybody's fears to bed?
My vote was solely due to the fact that it could possibly weave a better tale. In all honesty, daring adventures going across the sea. Sounds better than group of ragtag individuals. You go down into an old temple. It just doesn't roll off the tongue as well. Especially if I'm trying to pen something, right?
Well, in a
Not to be
more
described.
altruistic light, I'm not a big fan of the whole start a war with the 9 hells. Just doesn't seem like that will end well. So choosing the lesser of 2 evils in that regard.
That was my thinking. He may have
So my
been-
question is more: is there something that would make you change your mind? Does anybody have anything that they would change their mind if we could figure out, like, if we could ask Treant's God for a question and we could get an answer, for instance? Is there anything that we could ask them, or any information we could get if we gathered some rumors that would convince anybody to go the other way?
As you are talking and discussing, Caroline Azurlake walks back into the wooden tankard. Oh, man, I was actually hoping to be able to see some of you before I teleported back to Sarenshire. Dusk is most certainly thankful that you have taken those stones off his hands. Xanthos, it is actually good to see you. It's been quite some time. I'm glad you got my letter and decided to come.
Oh, absolutely. Once I heard it was you and you needed my help, I couldn't stay away.
Well, I do appreciate that. You're always such a flatterer. So, what are you thinking? I've heard the tales. I'm familiar somewhat with both parties, although I haven't met them in person.
Well, it seems we're at a bit of a stalemate.
Really? How so?
Yes, I say you're a wine lady, and Eldor over there says you drink beer, and we're just wondering if you could break a tie for us.
Well, the answer, of course, is both.
All right, both for the lady.
If anyone else wants to jump in here too, go ahead.
Lady, what would you rather start a war with the Hells or go where no one else has gone, where no one could rescue you?
Well, interesting. I guess there's a whole lot of factors on both of those edges. I mean, I'm never one to favor starting a war under any circumstances, whether it be the Hells or Goblins. That usually just leads to bad things. Going somewhere where no one can rescue is also quite dangerous. I don't think there's a good answer on either side. Which I'm not sure what is the conundrum. Are you sure this is an either or?
In this case, I think it is.
I see.
But the others may disagree with me.
Xanthos and I have been where you can't be rescued before. It's not the first time. War with the Hells, that sounds like certain death for lots of folks.
Well, from what
Myself included.
I recall one time when we were underground, I believe under Tindleton, and the Marquis Kell stepped through a portal. He told me what he witnessed. He told us all. And he told us that he believed it to be a glimpse of the Hells. And that he would never want to go there. That it was absolutely horrible. And thus we set about destroying that portal.
Bloody hell. You're talking about that hell? No. I double down. I double down on the Lady Kretlatch.
Well,
So, starting a
I remember
war
that
there-
portal.
Starting a war there does not seem to be something that would be wise. Although, if we're talking about Sir Ursus, sometimes
Yeah.
his vigor seems a little more than his follow through.
and that's what it's come down to: either throwing over the Sir Ursus or Lynx, the courtesan.
Well, why
And
not have
spot.
wine and beer?
So that's been around in my
Drinking
mind.
both at the same time is unpalatable.
Well, it's also impossible in that the mechanical man that both have made, we can't use both of them. They require the gems. Either we pick one or the other.
Eleutistia, and for
But
Lynx.
what if we do one and then we come back and we do the other one? I have been wondering that myself. Is it an either or?
From what I remember, they're asking us to pick who to aid. So if we choose the gems and give it to one of the automaton, then those gems stay with said automaton. From what I could gather, there would be no way for us to go and survey their mission and then come back and start the other.
Very well, but
So
we're right
that-
back at the same question. Who do we go with first then?
Yeah.
We could demand them work together. We hold the gems. They need us. We don't entirely need them.
True,
So,
but again, as I
Well,
understand it,
You do
The-
need their automaton, though. Apparently, if this is the transportation device that can actually utilize the gem, you'll need at least
Yeah.
one of them.
I don't think they'll work together.
I have to agree with the doctor here.
I need a
I
drink.
do believe that both are quite
Aye.
set against the other.
Another drink for my friend.
But if they are both seeking something, sometimes I've found that, as we all around this table should know, being from 3 different adventuring groups, sometimes the solution's not always in one place.
I have been wondering if we could do. Lady Azurlake, do you have any insight into whether or not you suspect we could get the gems out of the construct? Because
I mean-
my friends here bring up a good point. If we put the gems in one construct and we can't get them out, then we are stuck.
I mean, I've seen a lot of constructs in my life, and I built one actually using a manual. They can all every construct I've seen that we've encountered was defeatable. Even the one I built, as strong as it may be, it's still defeatable.
Are you
can't-
suggesting we would have to defeat it to get the gems back?
No, I'm
that
suggesting
we would have
that
to
if you had-
deconstruct it.
I'm suggesting that if you had to, it would be possible.
Yes. So I have no problem with helping both, but once again, we come down to who do we ally ourselves with first?
Okay, so if we're going to do one before the other, which one do we think we have a better chance of surviving or accomplishing?
I think we've got a better shot with the lady. We're not invoking a war with the hells at this point. If we're dealing with water, no problem. I've got plenty of equipment to help us with that task.
Now, Ursus's war with the Nine Hells would come after retrieving the said artifact for him, correct? It's not us going to the old temple and riling up the Hells. I believe they believe that the artifacts either in the old temple or beyond the sea, and it just depends on where the artifact is and who we're going to give it to. Are we going to give it to Ursus so he can incite a war with the
So-
Hells, or do we want to give it to
They were
the
looking,
Lynx?
to be specific, they were looking for parts. They are trying to create the artifact. And so they are looking for pieces.
Mhm.
Yes.
So
And the
conceivably, there
construct-
could be pieces in both places if they need all of them.
Well, we
It
can
seems-
test that and see. I say we hit the temple first.
Okay,
The
so
temple
that's what I
first,
was
so Sir
thinking. If,
Ursus,
Well, yeah,
if
the
we go
temple
to Sir
because
Ursus first, and we don't have all the pieces, even if Sir Ursus wants to start the war, if we don't have all the pieces, he can't, right? I mean, in theory.
Bevier, do you mean the tomb first?
Tomb and the temple were the same, right? Or were they backwards? I'm sorry.
Tomb
okay.
is Lynx, temple is
Yeah,
Ursus.
temple is the Temple of Morlock, and that's
Which one was beyond the sea?
The tomb.
the tomb,
the tomb.
And that was with
Lynx.
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 Yeah.
With
Well-
Sir, whatever his name was.
No, with
heard
Lady Lynx.
her say
Oh,
that,
sorry, that's what I'm
I,
getting feel backwards.
I'm with the Blue Dragon on this. I believe perhaps he was simply boasting. But, Bevier, I hope this doesn't irk you. But rather than endless debate, I'm willing to switch my position and aid Ursus first if it'll get us moving.
Your opinion's your own. It always has been. I'm not to irk or not. If the party votes, so we go.
Well, we're split down the middle. That's the problem.
Well, not
Well,
yet,
I-
but it's entirely possible.
If we all are willing to concede now that perhaps we need to go to both places after speaking to the lady here, then I would change to Ursus too, as I just said. If I don't know if you guys could hear me, but if Ursus wants to start a war, but we only have half of the artifact or half of the pieces, he can't, right? But if we go there second and we have all the pieces and somehow he gets them,
I don't know what we're going to find there for sure, but if you're willing
well,
to
nobody does.
go with Ursus, by all means, and perhaps we have a majority. Does majority rule here?
Well, I would like to switch now. Let's send that actually as a distinct
Grant,
majority.
you are the leader.
Don't tell Eldor.
My own counsel I keep. No leader. All right. So we've decided we're going to invoke the Devil Hater, or go with the Devil Hater. Sounds good to me.
It works for me.
All right. I'm still going to commune though for more information about the temple.
Okay. All right.
So
Seems
we do
fair.
need to inquire about travel specifics. If we're going to need the apparatus of Qualesh, we need to figure out how that's going to work.
Who wants to let down Lady Lynx?
I think Eldor should do it.
Okay.
He likes talking to nobles.
Caroline says, "Why must you tell
She's a
her
courtesan,
anything?"
not an.
I was thinking
Well,
that
I-
myself. We don't necessarily have to tell her anything.
I think maybe she will respect more that we are, if we phrase it, if we control the narrative of, we need to make sure that Sir Ursus doesn't get what he needs to start a war.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think as a
I concur.
courtesan and former spy, she'll be more likely to work with us later when we try to do her quest.
I concur. In fact, I would go as so far as to say that we convince her that we fully intend to support her and only her once we have everything. But in order to keep our enemies closer, we're going to go with him first.
Wouldn't call him an enemy. I mean, he is a
If you
knight.
could convince her of that, more power to you, sir.
It's very
My charisma-
very optimistic of you.
Yeah, my charisma is only good on saving throws.
Well, if we are pressed for time, I can send her a spell, and we can be on our way.
Okay. So you guys are heading on your way. So let's go ahead. I'm going to move.
Treant, did you remember the name of the temple?
Yeah, the Temple of Moloch, now in ruins as of 1027.
Sorry, the tomb. The tomb that the lady, or the place that the lady wants to send us.
I believe she just called it the Tomb Across the Sea.
That's what I remember as well.
Cousin?
Or remember you telling me.
Mm-hmm. What?
Oh, did you have a name remembered?
No, it's just a tomb. I only have it down to two. I believe she didn't actually give us
That's
a
all I
proper
had.
name.
All right. So you guys are heading out, and you're going to head off to Lynx, or you're going to cast your commune spells first?
I would like to cast Commune first.
All right. Let's go ahead and
So we're
cast.
going to Lynx because you're going to try to fool her, correct? I just want to make sure I
Not
understand.
full.
No. I mean, truth be told, that is the plan, as I understand it. We are going to. At least half of us think that she might be the safer bet, but now we all think, right, that we probably need both. So I would say, not lie to her, not fool her, but lay it on thick. We're
Just
definitely
get
coming
her
back for
first
you,
and
but
tell
we
her
want
not
to
to
check
let
this
you.
guy out first.
Okay.
But there's a crazy paladin with a quest. You know how they can be.
Yeah.
It is a little dogged bonish.
Yeah. Just, I mean, bard it up a little bit.
I don't have a quest. And Ursus is not a paladin.
Not that you know of.
That's true, but he's been in the area for many years, and I don't think anyone's ever called him a paladin or.
No, he's been
No,
called
he's a knight.
He's been called a knight, but he has not been called a paladin.
I think even said, well, I wasn't here, but
All right. So let's go ahead and do Treant's commune spell.
Question 1. Is the temple inhabited? Yes, no, unclear.
Yes.
Because I forgot to do this. Is Sir Ursus
Yes.
evil?
There you go.
oh,
Is
I'm sorry, you broke up there. Did you say is he evil?
Yes, is Sir Ursus evil? Question 2.
And the answer was yes.
Yes.
Okay. Is Lady Lynx planning on betraying us?
No.
Thank you, and may death be peaceful for us all.
All right.
But you didn't ask if
But
Lynx was
unlikely.
evil, did you?
No.
Did you ask if Lynx was evil?
I only have 3, so
Wait a minute.
I can't
Why
do
didn't
one
you ask
more,
if
but-
she? If you're going to ask if Ursus was evil, why didn't you ask if Lynx was evil?
He
'Cause
works
I
for
only
the, he
have
works for the
questions.
media.
You know, technically, they, in the right circumstances, they could both be evil. You know, we. Okay.
I like the question though, because I think planning on betraying us is a more direct.
Well, then why didn't you ask that about Ursus?
Welcome to
do you want
Xanthos.
to become a divine soul cleric and get commune?
You can always wait another day.
I do have one more if we want to stay. I only get 3 questions each.
Well, I do get to sleep in my own bed one more night.
How long does it take to cast?
1 minute.
And you got another one?
Yep. I'll
Do
use
it.
We're leaving in the morning.
Yeah.
At this point.
6th level. 6th level.
I'm just saying to be consistent, you
commune?
should have asked the same question about both of them.
Is Lady Lynx evil?
So you're casting another one?
Yeah.
All right. Is Lady Lynx evil? Yes.
Okay.
What was the
2.
answer?
What was the
Yes.
answer?
They're both
The answer
evil.
was yes.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I thought so. That's what I wrote down. So I remember you asking that question last time about Ursus.
Is Sir Ursus betraying us, or planning on betraying us?
No.
Okay. And then 3rd, will we, how would I phrase it? Will we survive the tomb across the sea? Actually, no, rewind. You would not. Ask that.
Well, Xanthos survived. That's the real question.
All right.
She asked, are either of them working with the Hells?
Oh, no.
What was the third question? I'm sorry, I missed it.
Will they survive the tomb across the sea? Unclear.
Unclear. Gotcha.
Okay. So I will share those answers.
Well, this doesn't bode well.
So they're both evil.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm surprised that they're both evil.
Lady Azurlake, you've constructed a automaton before.
Yes.
What's to stop you from constructing the apparatus? You seem very capable of doing such a thing.
It required a magical tome, actually, for me to complete that task. And quite a bit of funding, which I supplied a lot myself, and the town supplied even more once they knew what it would do. it's quite different from that machination that Bevier and Santos here discovered. A lot more magical in construction than mechanical. I wouldn't have the first clue how to make an apparatus of college.
During your briefing of this dossier, did you, by any chance, catch any wind of how they came upon their manual and how two manuals exist?
I did not. It was a treasure that the Dragon Slayers had discovered.
I see.
Just one of the wondrous things that adventuring life you stumble across, and it's just different.
And when the Dragon Slayers discovered it, did they hand it off to
Did they have it?
Ursus? Did they hand it off to Ursus or Lynx?
Wait, are you talking about the manual? What are you talking about?
Yeah,
The gems?
yeah, the manual.
No.
Oh, which you're talking about the clay manual?
Yes.
Oh, okay, my bad. I thought you were talking about the infernal manual. Never mind, my bad.
No.
I thought you were saying that Dragon Slayers found the infernal manual and gave it to someone.
No.
Ignore me.
It was just the clay golem, and that's
Got
what
it.
she constructed. If it weren't for that, she wouldn't have been able to build it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, to Ursus then in the morning.
All right. Till morning. You guys can take another day. Paying up a lifestyle payment for the next day. And I'm guessing you're agreeing to meet up back at the Wooden Tanker?
Yeah.
Quickly wake up and do one more commune. And one are Lady Lynx and Sir Ursus working together.
No.
Okay, so they actually do hate each other. Got it. Two. Would you, Divine Being, prefer we go to the temple?
Unclear.
Same question for the two.
Unclear.
Oh, wait.
Doesn't seem to have a preference, really.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And mark one of my fifths off. Share that when we get all together. So they're actually not working together, but hopefully we can convince them.
No. I'm sorry. He just. You think that would be a very tall task, actually. Just, from your basic insight, they don't like each other. That's quite apparent.
All right. So shall we go to Lady Lynx and then head out?
Okay.
Okay.
Sean?
Anything that gets us moving.
All righty. As you make your way back down to near the museum district, and you are approaching Lynx's house. Once again, you see the servants out front who kind of snap to attention as you are coming up, and one of them runs inside, obviously, lets them know you're coming. And as you approach, you are welcomed into the foyer where you were before, and you can see Lynx emerge, cleaning her hands off. Obviously dirt, stuff, whatever. She's been working on something. She's like, so, I hope this is good news. You have chosen to take on my task. Yes.
Wait a second to see if Eldor takes the lead.
We have, but after we accomplish another task.
Another task. But there couldn't be anything more important. I mean, the longer you delay, the more he will get ahead of this. I mean, we don't want that. I mean, do we want a war with the Nine Hells? I mean, frankly, I think he's in league with them. But I don't have the proof exactly.
And we don't necessarily disagree with that thought,
Oh, well, excellent.
but we think sometimes the saying, keep your friends close and your enemies closer, may apply in this case.
Well, of course. And I can supply you whatever you need. I mean, Eleudicia will be able to pretty much take you anywhere you want to go. I mean, and I would be very careful about what you say around that scoundrel. Sir Ursus is just not to be trusted. And believe me, I've spent time in Snowshore Harbor. I know those types.
I've been there as well. It's a cesspit.
Well said, my friend. Well said. So, have you named your price, your reward? I mean, I'm just dying to know what I could possibly do for all of you.
We think in the best interest of our party and for the valley to perform his task first,
What?
just to make sure that there is no actual war started.
But if you do his task, he could start the war.
And he may start the war without the task as well.
Oh, he cannot. If he builds the machine, if he can't build it, he can't do it. I mean, I implore you. You really should travel across the sea first. I mean, I believe that is where the secrets do lie. Ursus is blinded by his conquest of fiends and devils and demons, and just imagine those things running loose in Glissendale now during the Yellow Death.
Over here.
You do make a convincing argument, but I think our group has decided
Have you now?
that
Have all of you? Is this
yes,
everyone's choice?
Yes.
I'm gonna grab. Yeah,
Death
I'm
is
gonna
kind
pull
of
out
looking around, kind
an
of
eggshell.
rubs his toe into the dirt.
I'm gonna pull out an eggshell and cast raries on all of us real quick.
Okay.
You're casting what?
Raries,
Our mind.
telepathic
Telepathic
mind.
mind.
So you all can speak telepathically.
We're all connected telepathically, and I'm just going to say real quick. She just did mention that the automaton can take us anywhere. So if we do plan to do both, we can have the automaton take us to the other location. We just need to find out its exact coordinate. Tell me, Lady Lynx, a person as well connected as yourself, I'm sure you have many eyes and ears in Glissendale already.
Not as many as they're used to. I'm retired, you see. But I do keep track of the comings and goings and ongoings of many people.
And what has your connections gathered about the old temple?
The old
That
temple.
Ursus discovered. The one that Ursus discovered.
The Temple of Moloch.
Temple of Moloch, yes.
My understanding is it's Moloch, from what I gather, was some sort of fiend or devil. I mean, that's really what makes sense. I don't actually know the religion or whatever it may be directly, but if it's Sir Ursus studying it, then yeah, that is exactly what he believes it to be. I mean, the temple of some demon. I mean, that's how much worse could it get?
True, but as we all know, the apparatus you are choosing to build is also an infernal device. So, that being said,
Well, Well, I mean,
Do you believe that such parts could exist in a temple to a fiend?
my sources, however, say that there are parts in this tomb. It's just I can't get to it now, which is why we have to get to it then and get the parts before the now, because
And then, was the tomb still a tomb back then, or was it actually housing a corpse?
I am not entirely sure. All I know is that from what I've been able to divine from auguries, and I've paid for some divinations myself, that then it is accessible, where now it is most likely suicide.
And whose tomb is it that you've discovered?
And that I do not know. The only thing in which I
Yes.
was aware of is that it was constructed to have horrors within. But that should be no
Insight.
challenge. That should be no challenge for adventurers like you.
I'm gonna insight check her. I mean, mine's gonna sound it's not the best, but
Yeah, go for it.
8.
Yeah, I mean, she seems legit.
Hmm.
I mean, I mean, with auguries and divinations, I mean, you know that answers are a little fuzzy. So you can only ask, and she's only paying for so many before. And to get to that point, she may have paid for more than a few.
Crazy thought. I'm talking telepathically to the group. Crazy thought. Could we take her construct to the Temple of Moloch? Just tell Ursus we have acquired our own through our own means.
I can ask her.
Assuming this thing will do whatever we want it to do.
Well, yeah. I can ask
We
if you
know
want me to ask.
No, just
Do we know how
if we all kind of think it will work. I'm just kind of trying to feel the group out.
I thought
Now-
that was what Tella was implying.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
My lady, you did also mention that your automaton would be able to get us anywhere we like.
Absolutely. Eleudicia is bound to follow your every instruction.
And does it need to have more of the locations it's taking us to?
Eleudicia is actually quite well versed with, or quite capable, I believe, with the gems. They would give her an insight into locations, much like the legend lore, meaning if she can think it or understand what it is, she would be able to take you to not only there, but then.
Interesting. And telepathically, I'll say there we have it. And then I'm going to turn to her and say I'm going to ask her. And if we were to relinquish these gems into Eleudicia, does she become in possession of the person who relinquished the gems into, or does she have a different tether?
She's like, I'm not sure I fully understand the question. The gems have no.
Do we have control over her? Do you?
Absolutely. The gems are a power source, which allow her this displacement and translocation. Using the gem's construct of displacement, she starts going into a small speech about how everything moves in the cosmos, and at certain times things are in a very similar locale depending on orbits and rotations and things like that. And by this, Eleudicia, she believes that with these gems implanted in her, it would work with her to give her that ability to basically, it's like almost like folding space, to move without moving, but it's also through time, meaning in the same cosmic alignment. You would be shifting time, but not necessarily cosmic coordinates. It would be very close. The range of teleportation is small. It's the time displacement that allows you to get to certain places and certain times.
So, in our minds, I didn't hear us tell her that we're going to accomplish his task, Sir Ursus's task, that is, but not return to him with what he asked for. In other words, we're going to go get the pieces that he wants. Because we think that, I don't think we told her this either. We think we might need both pieces. We've conferred with external sources, perhaps. We think we need pieces that are in both places. So we plan to go get his pieces first, but not take them back to him, not complete the task fully, so that we could bring the pieces back to her or keep them until we have all of them and then return only to her. Do you think that would... I'm willing to tell her that, since it was my idea originally, I guess.
Yeah.
Not trying to take credit for it. I'm just saying I'll tell her if that's what we agree. That's what I thought we were going to say, but I was...
Well, then I'll pipe up verbally. Frankly, we plan on double timing him.
Oh.
Um,
See.
Some of us are...
I think you
not
mean double crossing.
No, double timing.
I've heard about you, Trimblewinds.
Not double mentally, not double teaming.
Well then.
Some of us
wait.
are not comfortable with his desire to include the Hells.
I would not
So
be either.
So we are trying to find what piece he's looking for, because if we say no to him directly, what stops him from getting another adventurers who may have
of your caliber?
access to magic?
Of your caliber, that would be quite extraordinary in this time, as I've just recently heard word that some of the Dragon Slayers of Velspar have headed north. They would be unavailable to him, and there are no others apart from mercenary here, bounty hunter there, but nothing with the assembly that I see before me. This grand group assembled of most famous adventurers. I mean, look, we have the Fellhammer Five and the Saren Defenders right here in one place.
Flattery is unneeded. However,
smoothie, definitely a smoothie.
I've heard of this group called the Vanguard. They're up and coming. They might be able to handle something like this.
No, there is a couple of young groups that I have heard about, but I believe that they are, well, quite involved in working on the Yellow Death by different means. So I was unable to kind of contact them in that manner. Besides, they're nothing compared to you guys. I mean, look, you are Guide Eldor Nightglow. I mean, of the famous Nightglow bow, am I not right?
Titles are important, Eldor.
No, titles are not important. Actions are important.
Absolutely. And that is why I'm calling upon you now for this action. I mean, across the sea. Can you imagine being one of the first ones across the sea?
Well, then we do have to go tell him that we will be doing his task. And
I would not. I would fear hidden repercussions. In fact, I can hook Eleutheria up for you right now, and you can be on your way. Plunder both areas. I will pay well for any and all pieces brought back. You have yet to name your price to me. This is concerning.
Mentally. So, quick price check. What are we worth?
1 billion gold.
Only if you hold your pinky up.
Probably more than she can afford.
Yeah. My concern is if we're willing to double cross the other guy, what makes her think she can trust us now?
Oh, I don't think she trusts us. I think she needs us.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
What he said.
So she seems to be unwilling to let us go work with him, even if we don't return to him. We bring the pieces back and eventually bring them to her, quote unquote. She still wants us to ignore him and tell him no. Is that what I'm hearing?
Of course she does.
Yes.
She didn't like it.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think if we were talking to that guy, he would be giving us the same story from his perspective.
It would
Well,
probably be something
Yep.
similar because he doesn't trust her either. So, I mean,
Yeah.
they don't, like I said, they don't like each other.
history check or religion to check where the Temple of Moloch is.
You were told it was in the Attican Mountains.
So mentally,
Oh.
do we want to just hook up here?
Oh, I was gonna maybe address her and say, we feel that if we tell him no, his sources will tell him that we've gone anyway to help you and to steal his treasure first, and he'll send people after us. So it'd be better if he thinks we're working with him, and he'll only send us.
Are you saying this?
And then
in
we
a
won't have
telepathic
anybody.
or
Yeah,
is
I'm
it-
saying this to her.
that's to her.
So we feel that
says,
if
"But
we
who?"
go with him, quote unquote, with him, then he won't feel the need to send any other parties after us.
But who could he send? There's no one as strong as you.
I don't think it's really about who's this. The issue seems to
And-
be with which automaton we
and
use, correct?
Furthermore, if the gems are in Eleusis, he cannot send anyone.
Mhm. That's the issue. If we go to him,
Oh,
we'll have
'cause
to
we're
put the
traveling in
gems
time.
Luke. We'll have to put the gems in Luke the automaton and not Eleusis.
Okay,
That's
so then
the issue.
okay, so then do we tell her that we'll use her construct to go there with
Mentally,
him?
let's just hook up and try to and hope for
Who's
the best.
hooking up with whom?
Let's just hook the gems up.
Ah,
Not all of us are a bard.
understood. All right.
You mean-
well,
Hook the gems up to hers?
Yeah.
yes. Should I send Ursus sending, or are we going to tell him?
No, because if she can send us back in time, maybe we can send it before we arrived, and he could just wait for it.
Didn't think about that. I don't think.
Oh no,
Either
just
way.
end there. You don't think?
What I was going to say is, I don't know. This present time wouldn't have just stopped while
Come
we were
back
doing
before we
our
left
thing.
and tell us how it went before we get there.
Is it possible? Can Eleusis send us right back to this moment?
She's like, I'm not entirely sure because I have not examined the gems. She's like, theoretically, that should be possible.
Mentally, I said, everyone, well, I see. I guess we're here now. Why are we all turning into Eleusis? What's going on?
Well,
If this is the course we've set, let's implant the gems
Let's go.
and set sail, metaphorically speaking.
Yes, if you guys are choosing Eleusis, all of you will have permissions to move the butt. Okay.
Okay, because we're all our icons are turning into Eleusis. I was like,
It's very
he's
cool.
being shady.
So
right.
She's like, well,
I
excellent.
will.
But again, you have not named your reward.
mentally, 1,000 gold a day for the rest of our lives.
Give me that which you have at home, but do not expect.
Then she'll just have us killed in the next moon.
What is your offer?
She offered whatever you wanted. If it's within her
I-
power to get it, and she claims that she
Sure.
can get a
I know
lot,
what
even
I
magic
wanna
items.
Yellow Death.
I want a wish spell.
A wish spell. That's a very powerful spell. I know of only one person who's ever been rumored to cast it, but
Ironically,
there
me too.
are ways in which it can be given to another. And I believe I may know someone who might be willing to part with one. So yes, I will make all efforts towards that end.
Now, I don't know what these other people want. I'm talking about me.
I got you. She's like, I got you.
Oh, all right. Xanthos says a cure for the Yellow Death.
It's true.
If this works, Xanthos, that will be something that we can do.
Well, that's what he wants.
Then you would be as all in here as I.
I would like a church at least 3 times the size it is now.
Done. Money should not be much of an object. And I do hear that there is some real estate that is coming available in Fellhammer, unless you wish it to be somewhere else.
TBD.
I can deal with that. A church, 3 times the size of your current establishment. Done. The Saloonites will be praised.
I'll drink to that.
As will I.
175,000 platinum.
She
Oddly specific.
pauses for a moment. I should expect no less wealth for a noble. Until your coffers are filled, Marquis, I will pay that.
I would like into your laboratory during the construction of the artifact. I would like insight to all the manuals, any of the information you have, and if I choose to write anything about this, I have full custody to the story.
Agreed. So long
Copyright.
as I am named the creator.
Of course.
Agreed.
Well,
Your
seems
wri-
like we
your
have ourselves a
writings are-
deal.
Your writings would be an honor. Tella, I would be honored to have you write about this creation. In fact, I would hope to read the stories of this adventure in what you see. If I were not so, well, if I were more like you all, I would go. But I do understand that this task is a little above my pay grade.
So to the group, I say, are we in agreement then we'll take her automaton to the Temple of Moloch?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what we've
Mentally.
all decided?
Yes.
I agree.
Eldor. Oh, guide Eldor Nightglow. What is it that you would ask?
I wish to hold my desire to see the outcome of our expedition, because depending on the results, what I want may change.
I see.
And
He used to be a contractor.
Then a favor is owed, and I will owe you a
Yes.
favor. Since I cannot put any efforts toward it while you are gone, it may have to linger just a bit longer, but I will owe you a favor, and I am fine with that.
as I am.
Excellent, excellent. Now, if you would give me the gems, I can insert them into Eleuducia. And she walks over. The automaton kind of walks into the room a little bit.
Mentally, I say, is everyone okay with this? Are we ready to go?
Ready to go.
Ready to go.
I
While
retrieve-
she's working, I'm gonna cast a spell, but
Woohoo. Yay, thank you, whoever did that.
I'm gonna
A subscription.
cast for the first round. Where are you? Because I would move to you first. Tella. I'm casting Death Ward on Tella.
Okay. She's like, well, you can wait for your spells. This might take a little bit as I figure it out. I'm not sure how fast this is going to go.
I'll retrieve the gems and hand it to her.
Okay. You hand her the gems. She does a quick detect magic just to make sure that they're magic and the auras in which she was hoping. You can see the inserts in the chest of the automaton. And she carefully places them in and covers them with a latch. You can immediately see the automaton has like a burst of magic. It's not like a bright glowing magic, but it's like a small pulse or an aura as Elodicea kind of gains. I don't know. It's almost, even for an automaton, like it stands just a little taller, feels a little better, and Lynx begins to kind of study it a bit, and she's has like a little magnifying glass as she's looking at pieces, and she talks to Elodicea in a kind of a strange language that none of you actually speak. She says things like, it's a string of talking in ones and zeros that most of you are like, what? She's just saying 1 and 0. But she's like 1101 0011 0111 000111 0111 and Elodicea nods, shakes its head, things like that. And they go on about this for a few minutes. She's like, it's nothing to worry about. I'm just trying to discover what Elodicea feels about the effects. And after a few minutes...
Death ward on...
Okay, yeah, you can throw your death ward.
On Eldor.
Okay. Death ward on Eldor. She turns
What does
back
that
to
do?
you. She turns back to you, and she says, well, this has had some additional effects I did not quite expect. I should tell you about them, because this could be useful where you are going. It seems as though not only with this, the translocation and temporal displacement will work like I theorized, but along with that, it appears that Elodicea will be able to do shifts in certain areas of time. She can only do, let's see. As she explains it to you, it's like you've worked with charges of magical items before. And in an area, she can spend 1 charge or 2 charges. And it has the possibility of doing a small time displacement in that area that can either move it forward or push it back. But she's not sure that Elodicea can control whether it goes forward or back to show you something that may have happened in that area or that will. Follow me?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Yep.
So, it appears that she can do this. She has about 6 charges per day. So if you were to go into an area and ask her to do a displacement, it's like casting a spell in an area, a small area. And it would either move time forward or move time backwards. But only just, not very far. We're talking more hours, days than what you're about to experience, which she believes is going to be centuries.
What were the 2 other things she could do besides the temporal shifts?
Astral projection and summoning or destroying is what the Infernal Machine of Loom the Mad can do.
No. All Elodicea can do is teleport you. Both space and time for the time displacement. She understands. She says, Elodicea, I am looking for this temple. And these are the coordinates. And she gives the coordinates. And Elodicea nods. And Elodicea says, in common, confirmed. Time displacement for that area is doable. Confirmed. So she's like, all you have to do is ask her where and when you want to go, or where. And she kind of understands the mission. So she understands what you're looking for. And she understands the time. And because she has kind of an internal legend lore that's built and geared towards your objective. So she kind of knows when and when to go, wherever you want her to go. So she wouldn't be able to basically go to the tomb unless you told her. So she doesn't know that that's like, it's like, go to where the magic item is. She doesn't know that. You've got to tell her where to go. But if she knows what you're looking for and when, she could possibly make that happen. And then
what is the day stage?
And then when she's there, like, I'm just gonna say for spell purposes, 20-foot radius, 6 charges per day, using 1 or 2 charges, you can do a time dilation. And what it will do is it'll dilate time in that area. But its effect is it could be forward or it could be backwards. You're not sure which. It says the gems have not given her that fine control of that minute a scale.
All right.
Okay,
Are we
I'm ready to
moving?
go.
Okay, so for this large move we're about to do, Elodicea, what can we bring with us? What are the parameters? How's this work?
He said it should encompass everything that you are carrying, as long as you are not heavily encumbered.
Okay, that leaves out the apparatus then. All right, good to know.
He says, with your permission, Lynx. Lynx says, granted, they are your guardians. Do as they say. Find success. And Lynx actually steps back because, she don't want to be caught in the time displacement when you guys are. Elodicea says, please, gather round. State your destination.
I need to grab a couple of things, but let's assume I've done that.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I will also just rearrange some things while he does that. Then.
Everybody make sure you got food, all that kind of thing.
We have a cleric.
What could go wrong?
Everybody's got
Quick
good berry,
meta,
right?
quick
Yeah, I
quick
did good
metagaming
there.
though.
Cleric and a ranger.
DM, you posted in the Discord that the new water rules, those take effect tonight, right?
Yeah.
The water and the food and everything.
Hydration, yeah, hydration and
Okay.
starvation are still, yeah, those are in play.
Everybody make sure you got your water skins.
If you need to add 2 water skins for free, I'm allowing you to add those for free.
And it's 10, 10, 10, right? On the money, and 10% to transfer between.
That is
I
correct.
remember.
Yep, 10% of the value you're converting.
Yeah, give me a second here, because I want to say that I had a. Never mind. That's not what I thought it was. I thought I had the background that let me gather a day's worth of food. Forget what it's called.
Outlander?
Outlander?
Yeah, that's not what I have though.
No.
Does Eldor? Do you have it?
No,
He's got Goodberry though.
I've got Goodberry.
And that counts as a day's rations?
Yes, it does. Sustenance, it's
And-
sustenance, so both food and water.
Okay. So if we each at least have one a day, we're good on that.
That's why it's a good berry.
That's why it's a good bird.
It's the best berry.
It's the best. Yeah, I think it's the best.
Welcome to
berry.
Goodberry, home of the Goodberry. Can you take your order?
Can I take your order?
All right. So,
I believe I also have create. That's what I think I have. I have create food and water. I don't have it prepared at the moment,
3rd level spell. But yeah.
but I can do it, say, before we rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have it prepared at the moment. So I'll have to rest, but
All righty. Are you guys ready then?
Yep.
Go ahead and make it happen. I'm doing a couple of adjustments, but it'll wait.
All righty. As you get together, you tell Elodicea to the tomb. Magic begins to swirl around you. The scenery around you begins to fall away, shift, and as it becomes clear, you are standing in a lightly wooded, forested area with the sounds of construction just coming from a little ways away. You can see just over, you're on a slight hill, and just a ways away there appears to be an encampment where you can see dwarves milling about. Yep, somebody didn't click on the download stuff.
Oh, sorry.
This is a mighty high hill.
Must have had something new there.
My camera was not oriented.
Yeah, bring your cut lines way up. And there you sit. A number of tents are lined out. You can see equipment, latrines, so forth. Several dozen dwarves seem to be moving about. They look to be workers for the most part. They don't look as though they're armed for battle.
Did she tell us roughly how many years back we were going? She said centuries, but did she guess at how many?
She might have.
It was unclear.
Somebody quick, find a newspaper.
Just look at the stars. It'll tell you. We're fine.
Oh, am I on the wrong one? Yeah.
Okay, so do we head over to the sounds of construction?
Trent's
Or...
gonna go.
The sounds of
I say we head to the
construction are
dwarven camp.
Yeah, construction's coming from the north. The sounds of the camp is over to the west.
Head to the camp. Closest.
Oh, going backwards.
I will get that far, and I will wave.
Your other west.
You see some of them turn around.
Your
and
other left.
watch you as you approach, and they just kind of like put that little hand up, like, "Hi," like,
Greetings in the camp.
"Oh," gruff dwarven voice calls out.
May I enter?
Sure. Are you the new help?
Not exactly. We've kind of lost our way. Could you tell us where we are?
You're here at the tomb. I mean, well, this is the camp, and we're building a tomb over there. I mean, are you here to see Mogdom?
Yes.
Sure. Yes.
Right. He should be over down there in the office. That'd be the first little cave after the stairs. Well, I mean, don't expect extra pay. You hear like a couple of doors behind him. I mean,
Understandable. We know overseers don't pay a whole lot.
yeah,
They don't part with coin.
I mean, come on. I mean, we've been working here. The pay's been backed up. I mean, the guys on there working, I think they get paid. He's kind of pointing to down towards the north. You can see some other people milling about with large rocks and stones. He's like, "Well, I didn't get a check. You get a check?" I mean, he's like, "I didn't get one. I don't even know what a check is. What the hell are you talking about? It's a piece of paper promises to pay." "Oh, is that what that was?" Here you go. I was like, "I got it around here somewhere." I don't know. I mean, every time something breaks, oh, it's our fault. Every time something goes slow, oh, it's our fault. It's not our fault these guys working 16 hours a day. I mean, come on, we're dwarves, but that's ridiculous.
I know. I'd speak to your union rep if I were you. But
Right? We should make a union. That's what we should do.
there you go. Right to work. All right. We ready to move down the way here?
Okay.
Yes.
I'm taking it. Somebody is going to move Elo to see it because that is going to be on you guys.
I am.
Oh yeah, as you kind of move, you notice the air is arid and dry. Even though up here on the hill, the grass is a little. It's not fully grown, but it's decent. You can see over the edges, kind of a crags as they begin, and the stones, the big, large black stones that are set about in weird places. Obviously, what's being hauled up and broken apart by other doors, as you can hear them crack the small black stones. This natural craggy area begins to take over the scene as you make your way, and you can see off way in the distance the beginnings of what you would probably think might be some sort of desert.
It's a mighty hell of a biome change.
Yeah, it really is.
I don't think I've ever seen a desert before.
Nope.
This is
It's even craggier than crags. And
this
flatter.
is disturbing.
Flatter, flatter than flat.
What's the
Arcana check to see if
what's
this
the
is
temperature
natural.
like?
It is hot, but dry. Not roasting at the moment. Judging by the sun, you figure it's mid-afternoon or somewhere thereabouts. It's cooler here,
Is this fan?
but
This
Is
isn't
this
like the
fan?
valley.
this is.
I'm
I'm
going to do an
sorry.
Arcana check to see if this is a magical effect on the region, like to make it so arid.
I'll do
Actually,
nature.
Give me a nature check.
Nature
first.
check.
Yeah, give me a nature check first.
Can I guidance him on that?
No. Knowledge skill. It's just right off the top of his head. It's like you didn't even think about it. He's like, when he
14
thinks
for
about
me.
it, he has the answer. You didn't even get a chance to guidance him. 14, 13, 12. Bevier, Trient, Tella, Eldor. You're all like, you know what? It makes a little sense if you're south of the equator. This is probably what it would feel like somewhere in the valley if you had arid regions like this in the valley.
What's an equator?
Xanthos has no idea what an equator is. He got his
Neither does Bevier. This is not like the valley, folks.
I mean, the temperate area is basically like what it would be in the crags where you are. It's just there's less crags here, so there's more sand.
Are we leaving tracks as we walk through this? Or is the road, I mean, the ground rocky enough that we're not leaving much trace?
No, you are definitely leaving tracks in the sand. Once in the sand area, you definitely leave tracks.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever seen this much sand in one place, except at Snowshore Harbor.
Even then, the beaches are not that long. Up
Right.
ahead, an entrance opens to a large chamber. At the far end, an intense-looking man stands behind a large stone table, covered in a dense layer of plans, drawings, and other documents. Tiny little golems that look like they're made out of candle wax. Their heads have little wicks of flame, and they move about the place, keeping the objects under his gaze illuminated.
Where?
I'm sorry?
Where is everyone?
Down in the sand.
At the entrance to the cave.
Where's the cave?
Wait,
Well,
I thought we were going to the temple. Did we go to the tomb?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
the tomb that's being built. At least that's what I heard. I thought I heard from the dwarf saying they were building the tomb.
That is correct.
That's what
So
they
there
said.
is no actual tomb yet.
So the man raises his head as you kind of break there into his view line. So, you've come to engage in this grand endeavor? Are you miners, sculptors, artists? Or, I suspect, as he looks you up and down, something else entirely.
We're more the ones that come before that. The exploring type. Clearing the way, etc., etc.
I see, he says, as he kind of puts a hand to his and rubs his chin a little bit, kind of setting some of the drawings that he was looking at to the side. Little bitty golems just kind of move around. One of them kind of moves closer just so you're in light. So,
Anybody else want to come here and talk?
what brings you here?
Well, we'd
A
heard
long time on the road and need a beer.
what he said.
Beer. Well, I supply ale for the workers. And
Well, I think a few things fell out of my wallet here. If you care to pick them up.
he looks on the ground to see what you may have dropped.
Couple of gold pieces.
He's like, "Oh, you mistake me, sir. This is not a store. This is my office. I am Mogadam, artificer, designer, builder."
Oh, I simply meant if you only supply beer to the workers, perhaps I could
Well, I could give you some work.
work for my beer.
Well, that might be possible. Let me think. Adventures, I see. Well,
So, tell us about this. Excuse me, home problem at home here.
anyone else?
Who are you building the tomb for?
Well, I am building it for my employer, who currently,
Who might that be?
well, I would not be a very good employee if I gave that away so freely. You, of course, couldn't understand. I see you are an elf. Elves are quite known for keeping their confidences and understanding the reasons why. As we have just
I can
go ahead.
I can appreciate that. It's just a natural curiosity.
And I would expect nothing less, good sir, as this is going to be a wondrous construction. Once you gotta move some papers, once some of these plans are done. But alas, here is my quandary, good sirs. You see, my gemsmith, Seodra, that is spelled Seodra. My gemsmith Seodra has been sent on a mission to recover some gemstones that I greatly need for the complete this magnificent work of architecture. Unfortunately, she has been waylaid by an evil person, or persons. I do believe that they were captured. I could use some people to rescue my gemsmith. And, of course, I would offer a reward.
Doing an insight check to see how forthcoming he is.
Go for it. Give me an insight.
Don't know shit.
Well, you feel he's being quite forthcoming.
Yeah.
Throw a cloak over the construct. Are you sure you want to do that?
They've already seen the construct. Does it look odd to them? Have they?
Oh, your construct. Oh, Eloducia?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Walked
It's
over here to
standing
have
there.
a talk.
it's standing there. He hasn't particularly reacted to it in any visible way.
Okay.
For future reference. Sorry, that was quietly said over here to the side to Trent.
That's fine.
All the papers that he's moving around, can I take a quick glance at them, or?
No, they're way too far away. And no, hang on a second. 1 second. Begin time.
What species is Mogadam?
Elf.
All right. DM time in. I'm back.
Which race is the artificer?
He looks to be human, from what you can tell.
Oh, you said elf. No? Okay.
No, he mentioned elves.
He
are
mentioned
secretive
Eldor
as
was
well.
an elf.
mentioned we had an elf.
I will take the wow, I've had this for a bit. The blindfold of the Black Earth, and put it over Elodicia's eyes. Then,
The blindfold.
yeah, I've carried a Black Earth robe and blindfold for 5 years now.
Oh, well, if you put the blindfold over her, she's not going to be able to see.
No, that's what we're trying to see. Unintended. Is does she keep working and things like that?
The robe seems to be fine, but the blindfold, she's like, I cannot see.
Okay.
Why would you
Take it
ask
off.
me to wear such a thing?
So she doesn't have blind sight. Check.
What are you doing, Triant? This is highly irregular.
Triant's got a secret room he wants to show Ella to see it.
Mentally, since we're still connected, in case she can see through the construct.
I'm sorry, say again?
Oh, mentally, because we're still connected, is maybe Lady Lynx can see through the construct.
Oh, I see. That's what you're telling your party members. Got it.
Yeah.
Mentally copy. So, tell us about these people that have gone missing. Perhaps we can be of some service.
Yes,
Ah,
yes.
yes.
Mentally,
So-
this will at least start us down the right road.
Well, you see, there is how should we say, there's quite this competition of architecture that takes place. And one of our competitors had a little something we needed. And so Theodora thought that she would take some people with her and, well, retrieve some gems from a statue. Yes, a statue. I believe it was a very great statue within a temple, and bring it back here. But apparently she has been waylaid. She is long overdue, and I fear capture.
Retrieved, eh?
Oh, yeah.
She was trying to steal something, and now she has been caught.
I'm afraid so. Not that I fully condone it, but, well, adventure, right? I mean, I would be remiss if I didn't tell you that the location that she was going to is a bastion of evil. So, we would like to call it liberated. Right?
So,
Semantics.
Right.
so
Tell us more.
did you say it's a rival construction group
Yes.
that she went to steal from?
There's a temple far to the north, very, very far away, that exists, and, well, the worshippers there, well, they're all horrible people, hideous, evil. And they just happen to have something Sedora thought that we would be able to use. Being a great gemsmith that she is, I need both her and those gems in order to do work here.
And
You
where's
wouldn't
this
happen to know the
temple?
name of that temple, would you?
The temple is it's around here somewhere. Hold on. The Moloch, I believe.
Moloch.
Huh?
I mean, does that mean anything to you?
Oh no, I wouldn't say that it does. But
We're not from
you
around
know,
here.
you said it was a bastion of evil, so I thought I should know what it's called.
Yes. Well, if you were looking for it, I believe that is what it was called.
How
And where
So
far?
your rival construction company is evil then?
Well, I wouldn't call it a rival construction company. Let's just say the overseer there and his architecture are, how shall I say, they are rather daft, boring, and old. They do not have the vision of architecture like I am building here.
And how far is the temple?
Well, it would be many, many days away. I mean, it's been over a year, and I haven't heard hide nor hair.
Oh, she's
Quite
probably
a-
dead by now.
That's quite a ways.
I do not believe she's dead. There are certain abilities us artificers have that they can allow us to ask certain questions. But I believe she is still alive. And as I said, I believe she is captured. I do not have the manpower for these slow-moving dwarfs that, just drop things in one ale and just, no offense, good sir. I can see that you are a different type of dwarf. One who respects equipment and
I say I
respects-
resemble that remark.
Not much, actually.
You have a respect for your gear and equipment, as I can see. But these dwarves, complain.
Do
So
you
you
have
want
any
that to go-
idea as to her whereabouts, even a general location?
Well, I would start with the Temple of Moloch.
Give us the description of where it is, and we can go check it out.
Yes, in fact, you can head for the city of head for the town of Donin Nu, and from there you can get a boat to the hinterlands, and in the hinterlands is a chain of mountains.
What's the mountain? What are the mountains called?
That I do not know. Sidora would have known.
Hmm. So that's going to be in the far south or far north?
Oh, far to the north.
North.
How will we recognize Sidora?
Theodora? Well, by name.
Theodora, yeah.
She is, let's see. See if I have any specific details here I can give you.
I don't mean to hold this up.
No, you're fine.
Just
She
in,
is
in game. How would we recognize her? That's all.
Yeah, no.
If he tells us what she looks
in
like.
game, he says, well, she is a Genasi. You see, he kind of looks at your faces like you don't understand what that means. Says, mostly human, but the skin is going to be kind of a dirt brown. You see, Theodora is a fabulous gemsmith who studied under a great wizard named Zagi. He was quite the mysterious one, master of certain artifacts, you see. Anyway, she accompanied a man named Mac Frankash and his small group, as her experts were needed. I do not believe that you would cross another like her. Her name, and being a Genasi of the earth, if you will, as she likes to say, the quasi-elemental plane of mineral. She would stand
What?
out, actually.
Metal? Of metal?
Mineral.
Mineral, okay.
And to what organization do you all belong?
I'm sorry, I don't understand the question.
How would you what do you call yourselves here?
I am
Is it your
Morgadon.
construction group?
To whose glory do you labor to build this tomb, this
My
magnificent
employer.
structure?
Well, it is my employer, whose
Or
name I cannot quite reveal. But it is truly going to be a tomb of horrors.
Great.
How long have you been working on this
Good to know.
tomb?
Oh, years now. I mean, we are still quite years away from completion.
I'm taking some quick notes here. I'm sorry, good sir. Would you remind me of today's date?
Oh, good. Thank you.
Today
I forgot.
is the 8th year of the Spring Zuvius, after the second circle of the dragon.
Oh no.
And this is 492. And I believe it's in the afternoon.
Is it
Could you
always
repeat
this
that?
hot
Could you
here?
repeat that one more time?
Yeah, you're kind of like you're like ready for like a KVY, and you're like, huh?
Yeah,
Like,
it's not a calendar.
Yeah, history check on this year.
yeah, go for it.
That's yeah.
Yeah, so we could try a knowledge check or a figure it out.
Ooh, that was a nat one. Total
Very
10.
good.
Pretty much exactly what I just did to the PCs is how you feel. What I just did. You're kind of like, like it's counting differently here that you're not exactly sure.
I'm gonna whisper over to Elodicea. What year is this in Valley years?
Elodicea conversion.
Okay, so Elodicea, she's like,
Good try.
I estimate that we have moved backwards approximately 1,300 years.
Did say what?
I estimate that we have moved backwards approximately 1,300 years, give or take a century.
So it's negative 329.
So much for that couple of centuries crap.
Mentally update everyone, and
this was the only coordinate which aligned with both the legend of the area as well as a precise timing of what was being looked for. I feel certain that what we are looking for is here at this time.
We need into the two.
And this means we're before the last change. If you guys remember our Silver Dragon friend discussing that. Okay.
I'm going to get my golden tankard out and have a drink upon hearing that news.
That sounds like a great idea. Takes out
Do you have a
alchemy jug.
second one?
Alchemy
For
jug.
you, sure, why not?
Excellent.
Say the word for wine, and I'm going to pour a glass of wine and raise it to Neuralis. Does anyone else want wine?
Thank you.
Margaret's like, so, I mean, I can't sit here and just chit-chat all day. I mean, you're free to camp with the workers, and if you'd like some good work and good labor, I could definitely use the hands in the tunnels. Or, like I said, I could definitely use a hand getting Siodra back.
We'll help you get your employee back.
And what's the pay for returning your employee?
Well, I didn't think that far ahead. You're a quick one, I can see. You must be the leader.
Sure.
How's this? There are treasures that have been gathered for my employer, as this will be his tomb. I'm sure there's a few that he kind of looks you over. A sword, perhaps? Maybe some armor? That someone like you could possibly use.
I'll tell you what, you give us the pick of the litter looking through these items, and you got a deal.
I believe we do.
I'm going to take a quick look around the opening of the cave and look. I'm looking to see if there's any kind of arcane wards or anything like that placed around.
In this area here? Yeah, give me a perception check.
In front. God, I'm rolling crap today. 10.
And you don't spot anything that seems to stand out. I mean, glyphs, symbols like that.
Are there any
covered per se?
Dwarves? I'm sorry. Are there any dwarves going in and out of the cave?
Which one?
The one we're standing in front of. I mean, can we see activity?
Negative.
Okay.
No, in fact, you don't see any doors in this little area that you're looking in right now. It's just a little pocket room. He is referred to, or the doors up there referred to his office.
Office, okay.
I will waive my right to any magic item. If I can look through your notes. of your creations, not of your tomb. I understand that is private, but of you're an artificer. I'd love to learn how to make magic items from you.
Perhaps we might have a bargain there, friend. I have some noteworthy creations in my past. I could be willing to reveal a few secrets, but yeah, I believe I can do that for you. Your name was in fact, I did not get your names as I have given you mine.
To be honest, yeah. Okay. I'm Marquis Treant Troublewind.
Marquis. Wow. From what land do you hail, Marquis? I don't recall the family name.
Oh, it's I come from a very convoluted family, but is one land too different from the other?
I don't know.
Especially how nobles act. Laugh awkwardly.
Got it. He's like, I can understand that. It is nice to meet you, Marquis Treant Trimble.
I don't think it's going to impress him.
Mentally, I'm not going to tell him we're from the north.
You just dropped your name. Use a pseudonym. Not that he's probably heard of anything up there.
But, yeah, I don't think he's heard of it. Oh, is he waiting for introductions all around?
Yeah, he will definitely wait.
Okay. Let's see. Xanthos will step forward a bit. Real name? Xanthos Stonespire. At your service.
Xanthos Sunspire. That is a very strong name. I like that.
Thank you.
Bevier Argonis.
Mr. Argonis. Pleasure.
You can call me Eldor.
The elves known for their mysteriousness. But I like you, Eldor. I can tell you're a fine fellow.
And I am Bran of the Silver Hills.
Of course you are. How could I mistake that? The nice fine silver trim upon your armor and your tabard.
Yes.
And I am Trevor, merely just an advisor to Marquis Tremblewind here.
Well, every noble has to have a good hand, a courtesan, I see. You're finely dressed for a courtesan. The Marquis must keep you well clothed and well fed.
The Marquis takes good care of us.
I see.
Mentally, did you just name yourself after my first dog?
It was the first thing that came to mind.
He says, so, if you intend to travel north, I could give you a little something that might, how shall we say, facilitate Theodora's return.
Anything that would speed the process.
I was hoping so. I mean, it's been a year.
It has.
She'd be far away.
It was some time back. Then I did manage to capture one of a sculptor from the Temple of Moloch. I believe they were spying on us, trying to check out our works. I put him to work here, him and a few of his people. You could perhaps, if Theodora is still alive, as I suspect, and a prisoner, perhaps you could exchange them.
Is this our sculptor's name?
His name is Nolzur. Or you could also, likewise, travel up there and facilitate the exchange to be handed off at a certain time and place.
Mentally, if we take this guy with us, we've got to manage him, or her, or whatever it is.
I don't really like people being captured. Mentally, I don't really like people being captured and held as slaves. So I'm up for taking him and seeing if he's actually as evil as they say.
Everybody give me a history check.
History.
What?
History?
Three.
Yeah, a history check.
No problem.
12-8. 12-8.
We're not the most red group.
If you add them together, it's 20.
I know, right?
Oh my
We have
gosh.
2 dirty 20s.
I'm rolling bad.
Ah, Bran. Somebody. Bran, you're like Nulzer. That name rings a bell to you for some reason. Wasn't there some sort of pigments this guy created at some point in time? There's like these famous magical pigments. It has the same name. Could be coincidence.
The pigments are called Nulzer, you think?
Well, there's Nulzer's Marvelous Pigments. It's a magic item. And you're like, it's got the same name.
I'll confer that information mentally to my colleagues.
Like, what if this is the guy
This
that
is-
created that? I mean,
Is this? I'll ask him. I'll just ask the guy straight up. Is this the guy who created Nulzer's? What do you say? Wondrous pigments?
Marvelous Pigments.
Marvelous pigments?
Created. I mean, he likes his different pigments, and he's quite the talented sculptor. I believe he's got a bright future ahead of him. But he was caught, and I have put his talents to work here.
Mentally to everybody. If we off this dude, we could save the future from tons of mediocre paintings. Just saying, it could be a public service.
I'm in favor of taking him if he can speed up our
Yeah.
journey.
Sounds good to me.
Yes.
Let's take him.
Take him. I've heard of a way to keep prisoners from running away at night.
Oh, God.
verbal-
He's going to slice
Yeah.
angles.
Verbally, then where may we find him so that we can use his expertise in finding your beloved Jensen?
Ah, let's see. He is. Let me just make sure. I tell you the truth. Scroll. Ah, when he's not working, I do have him in a prison, inside. He's at the end of the main hall. I could retrieve him for you. Actually, he's at the end of the. Yeah, he's near the end of the main hall, down one of the ladders, actually.
Bring him on up.
I will return then.
You will what? Do what?
Return.
Return.
Mhm. I think it's
Where
over
are you?
here.
Return from where?
The main hall.
Did you go somewhere?
Are you going to fetch him alone?
I just mentally I have to get away from slavers, or I'm gonna.
He's
do
not a
something.
slave. He's a captive. He was over here spying and stealing.
And working for no pay.
He's
Yeah.
on a
It's
work
called forced labor. He's on a work detail.
As you approach there, Tremblewind, you see the following. Describe as such. Let's change this to.
I've lost him.
This broad tunnel seems to currently being shaped into the tomb's elaborate entryway. This is an active site, featuring a number of artisans working by what small lantern light they have to plaster the walls and paint them with bright, colorful murals. What glorious pigments those are. Other artisans are covering the floor in an elaborate mosaic, featuring a distinct winding path of red tiles.
All right. Just call out Noiser.
They all kind of like, a bunch of them turn and like look at you. Like, what are you doing?
I'm looking for Noiser.
Oh. One of them says,
Ah,
as you
and then I
move, you notice that there are deep pits. One of them has a board that kind of stretches across it as if one could walk on top. They're like at the end with the ladder.
Okay.
And as you move towards
Oh.
the end, you see something.
Did we all finish the conversation with this guy and
No.
we're moving on, or is it just him acting on his own?
No, you just bolted.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll come back to you guys in just 1 second.
Okay.
In fact, right after I read this, at the end of this hall, some sort of horrible binding process is underway. A large demon is being held against the wall, pressed in against the stonework design of a great green devil's face. A black spear holds the demon in place and appears to be slowly draining away at its essence. All right, now come back over here to you guys. So, don't go marching around over there, or I'll freeze it.
Okay.
All right. So Trian says, "I'll be right back, guys," and he walks on down the hall. So what do you guys do?
We wait
So
here.
if
for
I
him to
remember
return.
correctly, we decided to go after Theodora, right?
Yes,
I'm not saying that name right, but Theodora.
Theodora. You got it. Theodora.
Theodora.
Yes, we did agree.
I've written it down 4 different ways now.
One of them must be right.
Let me help you here.
One of these must be the right one.
There you go. In the chat.
We summon forth CEO. We get someone's mother-in-law.
All right, I'm ready to go. Let's go find Theodora. I say we've all. I get some beers when I come back. That's my payment.
Don't we have to trans?
We
went
need
off-
to wait for. We need to get Zol here.
We're waiting. Guess we're waiting.
Well, of course, we'll get him.
Said
But
be
I'm
right
just saying,
back,
I'm ready to
I
go.
think, something
Okay,
like
so you
that.
guys are going to hang out there and wait for Trian.
Yes.
Got it.
Mentally to everybody
Yeah.
else. I said I want to pick of the litter. Maybe we'll find the parts that we need
He's
and
gonna-
get to with no fuss, no muss. Or at least we get some decent equipment.
All righty. As we come back in here. Trian,
That's not a bad idea.
Mm-hmm. Just walking towards the ladder, kind of looking at the demon, and this is the
So,
ladder where I
the
am,
creature
right?
looks like. I will post a picture. Into Discord. Oops,
Which
that's not
which one is it?
What is the range on our mental connection?
No, that's not it.
I think it's same plane of existence.
As long as you're on
Just-
the same plane, I believe.
Yeah.
Then just
Nice.
reporting what I'm saying, like, hey, they're binding a demon and draining it of its essence by this black sphere.
And there you go.
That's
It's a demon. I find it hard to care. I do care where the essence is going.
Yeah. Do we know? Can you see where the essence is going? Where are they capturing it to, or what are they holding it in?
As you kind of get there, it kind of opens its mouth.
You there. You are not a worker.
Me? A laborer? No.
I'll mute.
You can release me. I can promise you great power.
No. Go down ladder.
Don't be a fool. I would flee as fast as possible. The power would be given to you.
Sorry, how do I climb down the ladder?
Hold control. We'll take you up and down.
Okay.
Or you could just,
You could just step over the edge too and just go.
Okay.
That's the other way.
Climbed up.
Acrobatics check.
Alrighty. So as you drop down there,
As I climb down.
climb down. As you climb down the rope ladder carefully, you notice there is a tunnel,
Mhm.
a very kind of dirty passageway at the bottom of this. It is dark. I don't know what vision do you have?
I take out the drip globe.
Okay. Turn your torch on your character. Are you a camera guy? Is camera guy following him so that everybody sees where he's at?
I can't actually seem to follow him down there.
Just
I don't see anything.
Yeah, I couldn't get down either.
move your
Yeah.
cut line.
Well,
I clicked on him and it
yeah,
moved me
but
to
I
him.
couldn't see anything.
Yeah, okay, maybe I've got him here. All
Yeah,
right.
that's him. There you go. So as he
Brilliant.
Is that better?
I lose focus once it zooms in so far, so.
so double right click on the bottom, and that will set the focal point. Because right now your focal disc is high above him, and then pull back.
Got it. All right.
That's how you set the focal point. Good tip. All right, go ahead, tell him. You were saying.
I was going to say, Trent, are you all right where you are? You pretty
Just got offered a pact with the devil.
Is that a metaphor?
No. So I am definitely ready to get out of here.
okay.
Do you want me to wait for you?
Well, grab.
Cool.
You went down there and grabbed Zol. Go grab him and let's go. Or
Okay.
Noel.
As you
Okay, get to the-
do all the way down to the do. You've come upon. Keep going.
Oh, wait, I get here and then I'm like, oh, I haven't been in adventure mode in forever. Death ward on myself.
Death ward on yourself. All right.
And then I'm gonna go down there.
As you get here, the narrow hallway ends at the entrance of a small area with a holding cell built into the floor. Inside, you can see what appears to be a human male. He looks fairly worse for wear. And he just kind of stares up a little bit with squinting as the light comes into view.
Oh, Noiser?
Nolzer. Who are you? Do I know you?
No, but I'm here to take you to try up north. You are to help me and mine to rescue someone that has been captured.
I'm in no condition to rescue anyone until I can rescue myself. And that doesn't seem to be happening. you can tell that he seems very weary for some reason.
Well,
He does not look like he is in very good shape. As you pull on the latch, it is locked.
what I wouldn't give for a rogue. Mentally, will you ask the artificer for a key?
Yes, I do that.
What do you do?
Ask him for the key. Says, well, we agree to take him with us. Where's the key?
Let's see. Well,
Or
I guess since we do have
is
a
there
deal,
is there a key?
I guess since we do have a deal, he produces a key and he says, "Here, at the end of the main hall, down a ladder is a small passage. There you will find Nolzer. He is in his cell where I keep him. Let this be a token of good gesture on my part to show you my good faith." And he hands you the key.
Any
Says,
surprises for us?
Now, if all of you will excuse me, I do need to get back to my plans. I assume you can make this journey on your own, and I await to see the fruits of this labor.
Hmm.
Do you have any way
Okay.
for us to contact you should we need it in our journey?
Well, letters take an awful long time. If you are familiar with the spell of sending, that is a good way to get messages done quickly.
Mhm.
Do any
I've
of
heard
you
of it once or twice.
Do you know of this spell? Can you cast it?
Perhaps.
Well, usually
Yes,
it's
I
better
can.
than a
Of course I can.
perhaps. Oh, well, good. There you go. And that should work just fine. Please,
But
send
that'll
me
about do
updated
it.
reports on your progress. My number is 19... No,
555
Mogdom.
8675
9. Yep.
It's not Mogdim. Who can I turn to?
All right, let's go meet up with Trian.
All right. As you guys go to meet up with Tree.
Okay. This moving one at a time is for the birds.
I don't
Or
want to
for
go
combat.
down. I don't want to go down the scary dungeon.
I'm gonna pass down one of my rations to him.
Okay. You pass down one of the rations. So, as you guys get to the end of the hall,
I wanted to see this demon for myself.
There are more
Holy shit.
of you. If you can free me, I promise you, great power will be yours.
Name thyself, demon, and I will consider it.
Tarnim is what I am called. You, and your name, Master Dwarf.
Mentally, I say do not give it your name, unless you want to make a pact. Giving
My
your
name.
name
My name is Narg.
give me a deception check.
Narf.
Nard.
Well, I don't know if I did it. I tried to say my name backwards.
Yeah, so give me a deception check, because that was really bad. 17. All righty.
Well met, Nark. Again, great power. You do not want my essence drained here.
Why not?
It would be bad for you and your kin.
Why do they bind you here?
He wants my essence to fuel this tomb of horrors for his master.
Who is his
Who's his
master? Sorry.
I've heard with great power comes great responsibility, so I'm going to pass right now.
Is anybody else having a hard time hearing the name?
Panem?
His name is Asarak.
It's not coming through for me, but we'll get it later.
Asrock, I think.
Azarak.
That's
The
right.
Rock?
Can I study action to see if I know what the who or what that is?
Asarak is the name that he gave you. You can give me a history check.
Oh, God, it reads slowly. 19. My God, I'm rolling like trash today. I've been rolling nothing but 1, 2s, and 3s all day.
That's
All
good.
night.
Good thing I haven't said saving throw. All right, so we got a 19. 17. That was a deception. History 19. Anyone else? Just checking any last
13.
rolls. 13. Bran.
Since we're mentally connected, can I roll?
Yeah, if they tell you the name. Yeah, go.
Yeah, I'll tell him the name.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I'm sort of like repeating as I can as in between conversation to
All right, so
constantly update my team.
the name Asarak strikes Bran in legends and lore, stories. They're kind of, it's something that you have not studied, but it's more like there are fables and stories as warnings of wizards who have delved too deeply into dark magic, that they have perfected or created something that is called lichdom, which is an evil undead form. It is a vile creature of enormous power. And the name associated here, you've heard before, only in fables and stories. Much when you started adventuring, trolls and goblins were stories and blah, blah, blah. As such was this. But this one is much darker, much more evil than anything else you can recall. This gives Bran a chill. Like, it's not just a fable. It's not, from what he's saying, this is a real person or a creature.
So you're saying that I know that Asarak is the name of the lichdom?
Is a lich, yes.
It's a lich.
A wizard who sought lichdom.
Sorry, you keep cutting out on me. But
It is the
think I got
name
it.
of a wizard who sought lichdom.
Oh. So you say, so I address the demon now. So you say that Magadam's master is Asarak?
Yes. He will destroy everything.
Why does he need you?
My power comes from the outer planes. He wishes to use it. I am Baelor. I am strong, fierce, mightiest of the demons. Yet he has captured me and seeks to use my power to fuel his tomb of horror.
To what end? What
For
does this
his
tomb do?
His own power. For the end of all those who would seek to oppose him.
So Asarak has finally found a way to turn himself into a lich.
Oh, my good dwarf. If only that was the extent of his vision. He seeks more, and it will come to pass if he gets all of my essence.
If I were to entertain stopping it, how? How would I stop him from draining your essence?
This spear of magic that is pressed against me must somehow be unmoored and taken away. And these shackles, they must be destroyed. I believe there's a ceremony taking place deep within the tomb in a chapel. There, I believe, is where you can find how to set me free.
Religion check on his name, Balor, to see what kind of.
Tarnum, go ahead.
Finally. 21.
21. Anybody see his roll come through, or is it just me?
Yeah, no, I saw it.
You got it?
I got it.
Just me. Hang on a second. Let me hit my refresh. So I'm refreshing. All right, 21. Tarnum. The name itself, no. It does not have a major religious semblance. However, as he referred to himself as a Balor, that does. Balor, figures of ancient terrible evil. They rule as generals over demonic armies, usually yearning to seize power while destroying any creatures that oppose them. Wielding flame whips and flaming swords, they channels the power of a storm. Battle prowess is fueled by hatred and rage. These are bad mofos and dangerous. And to see one captured is beyond kind of your comprehension. You're just like, how could anything have captured this? It's crazy to think of.
So you say Balor is not his name.
No, Tarnum.
Balor is
his name.
his
Arnhem.
Tarnum.
I posted that in the Discord chat. Tarnum is his name.
So it's I say to everyone, it's the lesser of two evils. Do we attempt to let him go in hopes of preventing this lich
No.
from becoming any more powerful?
Mentally, I'm going to
Or-
say, I don't think our siding with a.
Bran and Bevier, give me a perception check.
The devil is
25.
smart.
Said perception?
Yeah.
Crit.
Oh,
Although I don't think it matters.
you both see, as you have been standing here long enough, as he twists a little bit, kind of in his little pronouncement there, a number of slight silver wires attached to his body that seem to run into the walls of the tomb. Bevier, you've seen these types of wires before.
I'll communicate that to Bevier.
I'm desperately trying to remember where I've seen these before.
In Qualesh's
Qualesh's laboratory.
Yep.
Interesting.
Do you recognize these?
Mentally, I'll shoot back the info. They shown up in Qualesh's laboratory before.
It showed up in
What are
the
they?
lore also.
We never really established, but they were connecting to a mind flayer. They were connecting from brains to other pieces of equipment.
According to the minstrels and skulls, they have an ability to astral project and assort these wires. That's what the legend lore.
So
imparts to
are they
them.
used to? Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's all.
Are they used to control things, or are they used to restrain things?
I think some of both.
If it's astral projection, from what I could theorize is that it could displace something from one realm of reality into another.
So give me an Arcana check now that you have this knowledge. Are you up here looking at it? Where are you? Where's
Yeah, I just moved down, but I'm actually up there because that's where we were going. And then I just got so just moving the thing was crazy.
Okay.
Is it an advantage since I know about this already?
No. As you look, the only problem with an astral projection is that he does not look ethereal. So it doesn't seem as so much a astral tether. It seems to be something else.
So, yeah, as I communicated, I've seen these before, but we never really established what they did.
Where's Xanthos
So-
at? Xanthos, where are you hiding?
He's down here with
Oh,
me.
he's down there with y'all. Gotcha. All
We're
right.
down at the cell.
So
I wasn't
Are-
gonna
are-
negotiate with a demon, so I just kept going.
Oh, okay.
So are we thinking that this could be just a? This is really a demon, or is this
Xanthos has
just a
seen the
projection of a
cords.
demon?
Xanthos has seen the cords as well. So when they bring that up, you recall that from the laboratory of Qualesh.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
I'm gonna roll
this is the actual deal.
I have to go back to my notes because
Okay.
offhand I actually don't remember.
So he's not projecting himself from somewhere else.
Negative. No, he's
No, that was just a theory. No, because from what the skulls told me,
No,
the
he's
silver
really there.
wires project astral. Which also, I also wrote down combines, but I'm not sure what I meant by that.
I can go back up in there if that'll help.
Does lung mean anything to you, Galor?
does who?
Lum. Does the name Lum mean anything to you?
So I don't know how to get back up there.
The name has been spoken. It is a creator, I believe. A tinkerer of things. A collector.
That's all he says.
A binder, it seems. Perhaps.
How much time do we have, Baylor
I'm
Tarno?
gonna.
He does not know, as he admits he is fighting with everything he has. for his life.
Would, and I'm saying this to the rest of the group mentally, would Nolzor have any knowledge on how to free this guy?
Mentally, I can't believe we are considering releasing a demon.
What's this
Have
wish
you
ship?
not seen what they've done to the valley itself in our time?
I see no reason to
Brian.
release this demon right now.
Yeah, Brian, there is no reason why you would want to do such a thing. Selena would never take kindly to this.
Who said I would release him? The only way to get information from him is to make him think that I will.
So, Bran, around the corner, you can see some sparks and light just through a stone archway. As you see some strange metal furniture, if you will. There's a crackle of sparks and what you believe might be eldritch energy coming from the side room.
Am I able to get a good look at it, or I'm just able to kind of see it out of the corner of my eye?
You can barely just see the light flickering in just a small piece. You're not close enough.
I don't know that you want to get any closer.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to move closer, you might be able to see it.
I'm having trouble maneuvering my camera in this tiny hallway, so hang on.
This is a big
I
deal.
wouldn't recommend it.
How many conundrums can a DM give a group at once?
1 square forward.
You see a little bit more, but you don't clearly have the picture, except that you see what looks to be a window on a desk, but it's like a painting, except the painting is moving.
Devilry.
Have I seen anything like this before?
No.
Or heard of it?
Not entirely, no.
Does it look out of place in this timeline?
Depends. You can't see the whole thing. But it looks weird. Of course, then again, there's a Baelor right there. That looks weird too.
This is some Qualeshian shit, I say as I poke her in the corner.
Ah, yes, Bevier.
Oh.
You recognize the unique combination of these types of devices. But this even looks, while it bears a lot of resemblance, there are other changes. But you do notice the unique banks of panels and instruments that are lining the walls. Give me a perception check.
That's what I'm
Just
talking
him?
about.
Qualesh had a lot of crazy shit. That's a 17.
I think Bran has the key, guys, so the door's still closed.
Oh no, that was my bad. I hit the wrong thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, give me a perception check.
17.
You see silver wires coming out of the walls and connecting to these instruments.
So mentally, back and forth, says, yes, Qualesh had a lot of these. He had a vampire under his control, a mind flayer. This is probably what's helping to hold the Baelor, but let's, we know, and knowing is half the battle.
Mm-hmm.
Baelor Tarnum, what do you know of these machines over here? Or, I don't know if I should call them machines, but these things, these images, this
Object.
gobbledygook.
Contraption.
This
Contraption.
contraption is part of their plan. Perhaps I was wrong. Perhaps if you simply destroy it, I could be free.
I'll think on it.
So you were wrong? Hmm. I'm sort of thinking that. I don't know if I say it necessarily.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say I've had enough of this, and then I'm gonna go downstairs while y'all do what you're doing.
Okay.
Well, you'll need this key. I'll hand him the key.
Okay. You hand Tella the key. Tella has the key.
I'll start heading downstairs.
All right. You head downstairs.
Well, Tarnum, you've given me much to think about. I will consider your plight. We have business elsewhere. We shall return soon.
Eldicia just kind of walks up behind Bran and is like, you can hear her clicking, like checking it out, like looking around, and she just walks back. Obviously, gathering input or learning or.
Yeah.
Does that's a good point. Does Eldicia hear us speaking in our heads as well? As that spell work on her?
You did not. I do not believe he cast it on her. So.
I didn't include her in the casting.
Okay.
You notice the workers that are around you, they're still painting and just kind of
do they seem bothered?
Doing their work. They're like, they kind of have that look like, just don't look at them. Just keep doing your job. So over there at the prison, once the key arrives, Trient, you are able to open the hatch. So let's go over here to the prison real quick, guys. Let's go to Trient. Been waiting patiently. So as you turn the key and open the hatch, Nolzur, he can barely get to his knees. You can tell this guy's in bad shape.
I'm gonna cast a first level healing word on him.
A healing word? Alrighty.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll it.
Be well.
It is the new healing word spell.
Yeah, it's crazy. If it's gonna roll, it's not rolling.
Ooh. What's that? 5th level?
Yeah, 5th level. 23.
Got it. 23 points of healing from the healing word. He looks much better and is able to stand. He's like, thank you. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to thank you. I mean, you have the key. Is this an escape?
Actually, we've been charged with your well-being, and you're coming with us. But it's better than being in prison.
I am.
Why did they imprison you? What brought you here?
My blood. My alchemical blood. They drain it to create the magic pigments used to paint the tomb's murals.
Oh. Well, that's a little too close to home, so we should definitely get you out of here soon.
Yeah.
So you were brought here. You weren't found spying or...
Well, I mean, I came to see what work there could be, as my other employer, Thessalar, was being obtuse.
What does a Sararak mean to you?
I'm sorry?
What does a Sararak mean to you?
I still missed it.
What does a Sararak mean to you?
Oh, Asarak.
Or Asarak, yeah.
The name, he's, from what I understand, was a powerful magic user. A wizard, I'm told. Why? I don't understand the reference.
They're building this tomb for him.
It's all. It doesn't make sense. I just don't know what to think of this.
He must be.
How long?
Is he dead?
Anyway, how long have they had this Valor imprisoned?
He's been here as long as I've been here. So, at least 1 year and 278 days, give or take.
And what was your employer's purpose? What was he trying to do?
That's a lot. Oh, well. He built the Grand Temple of Moloch. He's also a purveyor of monstrosities. He created the owlbear, you know.
No shit.
Oh, yes.
My.
He has endeavored to combine various species. He calls them monstrosities.
Well, let's get you out of here.
Alrighty.
Who was it you say created those monstrosities?
Thessalar.
Alrighty. And he will follow you.
Ah, I see you'll free Nolzur. But not me. Do not expect power to come from him. He is only an instrument.
My dear devil, it seems like you are being used as a tool also.
Yes. I cannot argue with that. I am a power source. Not so much a tool. Just
And I
a power source.
And I don't wish to ask for any power from a thing that would damn me to the heavens. My soul is mine.
I do not wish to take your soul. Only to ruin the plans of the one who captured me.
May I ask why?
For my essence, of course.
Huh. So simple self-preservation.
Yes. What are we, if not free?
Some
It's
of us are
ironic.
not free.
Unless, of course, you too are purveyors of slaves.
Sting.
Well, Baylor, I shall return with an answer, but as you may know, I don't act alone. I cannot tell you one way or the other now whether we shall free you or not.
His head just kind of hangs as it just drips down, kind of in like despair. You're not sure if it's because he's sad or if he's just sad for you.
Until we meet again, demon.
He nods in your direction. All right.
Oh, Billy, I fell in a hole. Nope, no, I didn't. Never mind, that was deliberate. It was deliberate.
You fell another hole.
He's back.
All
I'm
right.
glad we've all decided not to release the Great Demon.
Well, remember, I'm not entertaining the thought, I'm getting information.
I'm
so
not
we're clear on
He's
convinced.
not going to give us information if we insult him and tell him we'll never help him.
This is true.
So you guys step back out into the desert.
Before we hit the road, I'll go to the can and release the Great Demon.
Choices. Decisions weigh on
yeah.
your
Okay.
minds.
No choice, no
North.
decision. We're good.
Any person that can capture and hold a demon has got to be
Why do I keep
a
disappearing?
bigger enemy to mankind than the demon itself.
That's kind of what I was gonna say eventually. Was I haven't fully coalesced my thoughts, but
I'm
I'm
sorry.
thinking the same thing that Eldor is thinking, that anybody who can capture that demon has far worse plans than the demon would.
How prevalent is a Serac in our timeline, in the valley? Is he a source of worry for us?
That was the history check I had. Brand was the only one that rolled high enough to recall the fables and legends of the name.
So
Asarak.
so I'll convey that he's a legend, which means this is probably the guy
Which
they were
is
talking about.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't the rest of you didn't roll high enough to really recall the name in history, but much like when you guys were first starting in the first stage, and goblins and trolls were just stories and legends until hell they started showing up. Asarak was the greatest story of evil wizardry, and this is Bran relaying it to you, that he had ever come across. Evils and corruption, a man who had turned himself into undeath, just ruled mercilessly over people. A bad person. Like, yeah, Bran pooped a little.
And what happened to him?
I
But he
pooped a
fell.
little.
Yeah,
In these legends, what
ultimately,
happened?
fell. Or else we'd know of him.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas he would be way more prevalent. What happened to him in your stories, Brian?
So the stories don't tell what happened, more of just who and what he was. So it's like I said, they're fables, and you know.
Yes.
Does Eldacia have any information? Or do you ask them?
Oh, yeah.
Ask,
Okay.
Okay.
She has no information of that type of
Okay.
historical content. She said, however, I could dilate time in certain areas to see what might happen.
No, that's okay.
Well, let's not play around with that too much, especially not near the demon.
Elodicea, do you know anything about the strange machines we saw in the room next to the demon? Do you recognize them?
Those machines have a strange but similar look to works of my creator.
I'm sorry. Do I know who her creator is, or
Lynx.
I feel like you've said that before, but
Lynx.
Lynx. Okay,
Yeah,
okay, that's
Lynx
what I thought.
I mean, even she, with like some of her, the way she's built, has a semblance to those devices. She doesn't have the screens and like all the knobs and buttons and stuff, but the metal seems to be kind of similar. You know, the architecture of the creature with its strange angularities is similar, or bears some resemblance. I'm not going to say similar because it wouldn't be that similar, but it bears some resemblance.
Does she know, Elodicea, do you know anything about the construct created by Sir Ursus?
That I do not. I was unaware that he had created a construct.
So you would not know if these machines look like his construct or something of his creation.
I would not. Alrighty. And I think here is going to be a good place for us to leave off this evening. Just want to say thank you for everybody who was watching with us. Hopefully, definitely the audio was much better, as I think we have this sorted out now. This is getting interesting, as this group is apparently facing multiple quandaries of this or that. Hope you guys enjoyed the game. I'm talking to you guys.
Oh, you're talking about
Hoping you guys enjoy the game. Everybody online, thank y'all for joining us, and we will catch y'all later. See you guys online.